Hey there, Internet. Welcome to the Hard On Gear channel, where I discuss and review my used and abused knives and gear. Okay, here's a quick unboxing of the Cold Steel Tuff Lite, and I mean an actual quick one. I'm not going to ramble on like my normal self because I've already done that in another video with my father. If you want to check out a longer review, a little bit more of a real first impression, a little more nuance into all the different little handle features and what we might use the knives for, feel free to check that one out on the top right of your screen. Click through that link and you can get to that video. And if not, here's a quick unboxing version, except of course I've already unboxed this knife, and like I've said in a couple of my other videos recently, this is one of the few videos I lost, so I actually am unboxing this for the second time, and I'm going to give you a little more of a condensed practical version. So sucks for me, super annoying to film twice. Lucky for you, because less rambling, because I'm very annoyed and I don't want to be here forever. So Cold Steel Tuff Lite, most of these specs are on the box. Most Cold Steel knives now have these. I think all Cold Steel knives actually very similar box to this. So blade length 2.5 inches, Wharncliffe, very utility knife. I won't say utilitarian. Overuse that word on this channel so much because I'm a very pragmatic utilitarian kind of guy and I like things that are functional. Now this is a utility knife design, not utilitarian, but it is utilitarian because it's, well, great for everything. If you want to cut open a box, well, I shouldn't say everything. Everything but maybe cleaning an animal. Wharncliffe blades, I don't think are very popular for cleaning, skinning, gutting, anything like that. Not a huge hunter or skinner, so I'm not the best guy to talk about that. Other than that, Wharncliffe blades, super awesome. Great for almost everything. The 2.5 inches includes the entire blade. The 2 inches is the blade cutting surface in total. So 2.5 inch overall blade length, 2 inches of cutting surface. Overall length, 6 inches. Japanese Osate steel, which is the budget and steel that Cold Steel knives pretty much use for all of their main models. My Recon 1 from I think 2013 when I got this is an Osate. But back then, pretty much all of Cold Steel's baseline models of their really popular knives were done with Osate. Not a premium steel, but as far as budget ones go, probably my favorite. Doesn't have the best edge retention in the world, but it's super easy to sharpen back to a razor's edge, and it's probably one of the best knife steel choices for a budget knife like this, because this is something that you will be running through dirt and tiles and grit, and you could do just about anything with this. This would make a great carpenter's knife for gyprock and that kind of stuff, and you're gonna dull it up, but you could sharpen this up in 2 seconds with a field sharpener or on the stones, very easily put a nice razor sharp edge back on it. Super great. And for the price of what, 40 bucks? I think you can get these for like 25, 30 bucks American, maybe like closer to 35, 40, but in Canadian dollars, you're paying around 55, I think, for these on most Canadian sites. There's also the Tuff Lite Mini, which you can get a little bit smaller, a little less blade, not really my deal. This is already as small as I would want. It fits actually really, really well in my hand, phenomenally well for the size, especially for someone who likes bigger knives. I've got a large size glove hand, but not a huge hand. This is perfect. If you have a little bit bigger hands than me, I know a Metal Complex used this for many, many years. He's a knife channel guy, and he's got bigger hands than I do, and he thinks this thing fits fine. So if you have really small hands, I can't even see that being an issue. Your fingers might not fill the cholas up quite as much, but this is still not a huge knife, and I'm sure even like a small size hand would have no problem fitting into this. Groovery handles, there's 4 or 5 different colors. I think, like, blue, red, black, coyote, gray, tan, and then like maybe a gray, I think. There's a few different colors you can get. And then the Tuff Lite Mini, same thing, but a groovery handle. Cheap plastic, but it feels fine, and for the price, you're not going to expect much more. Compared to a lot of groovery, it actually feels pretty well done. It's very nicely contoured, the texture's not grippy, but grippy enough that you're not going to have an issue keeping hold of this thing. Plus, with all the shaping of the handle and such, the jimping on the top is not really doing much for you, but there still is enough friction on this knife to pretty much guarantee you it's not slipping out of your hand unless you're doing something really dumb. And funny enough, the reverse grip, which in the video my dad noticed how comfortable this freaking knife is in reverse grip. It almost looks and feels a little tactical. And the Wharncliffe blade, as Michael Janich points out, is pretty much as good as you're going to get when it comes to trying to get the most cutting surface in a knife fighting tactical defensive situation, which is not what this is for. On this channel in Canada, I do not promote the use of knives or modification of knives as weapons. these are tools and tools only. I'm not saying that, just saying if you had to slice something with this, this is going to do a good job. Okay, now let's look at some size comparisons. And if you haven't yet, would you mind hitting the like button on this video? Helps me out, helps the channel out, helps YouTube out. We all like to see more knife videos. Let's look at the Recon one, that Cold Steel monster of mine. Had this thing for a long time. I have a nice thorough review if you want to check out a good long-term hard use review for the Recon one. Up in the corner there. Then let's have a Cold Steel party and see this thing next to the 8015 as well. And then how about the new SR1 Lite, not new, but new to me, SR1 Lite. Should be a unboxing video for this fairly recently. Another one of those ones I deleted and did pretty quickly and efficiently if you want to check that out. And how about our Luzon, which I've got a thorough, that was my third or fourth video I think I ever done for the channel, if you want to see that Cold Steel Luzon review. But yeah, Cold Steels across the board. This is definitely a different Cold Steel execution than these other things. They're pretty similar, I guess, in style and purpose. Luzon a little bit lighter use. This thing would actually probably take the Luzon for a ride as far as what will take the most use and abuse. And so I've been talking about this since the beginning. I'm going to beat this knife up here in a video. I'm going to maybe use the Cold Steel Tuff Lite as a comparison because this thing's cheaper than the Luzon, the medium Luzon at least. And definitely probably way more hard use capable. So we're going to find out maybe just how badly the Cold Steel Tuff Lite puts the Luzon to shame. All right, let's move some of those and we'll just take another quick look at the classic size comparisons. Knives so hard on my gear. The Rat Model 1 and the Rat Model 2. Rat Model 2 is a little bit bigger, a little bit longer. It feels smaller in the hand though, not nearly as comfortable for me as the Cold Steel Tuff Lite. That fits in my hand beautifully. The Rat Model 2, while some people love it, too small for me, not a fan. And last ones, let's just look at the Manix 2 from Spyderco. Bad Spidey flick there. And the Paramilitary 2. Get out of there, Rat 2. So yeah, this is a tiny knife. There's not a lot I have that's relatively close in size comparison, but the Model 2 Rat, probably one of the more similar things if you wanted to get a general idea how big the Tuff Lite is. And again, the Tuff Lite Mini, a little smaller. If you want to go with something a little shorter, a little bit lighter, definitely not going to be as capable, but hey, whatever you're into. I don't like small knives. So as far as what I'm planning to use that Tuff Lite for, generally speaking, not a lot EDC-wise. Like it's got the pocket clip switched over already to my side, the left-handed carry side, I do believe. Yes, yeah. But it is tipped down, which I freaking hate. Now, this knife, where it's tiny and not as much of an EDC knife, I don't care as much. This is more likely getting clipped. Well, this has been sitting in my car since I've unboxed it. Just a good knife to have in case you ever need it for some kind of stupid, well, anything emergency-wise. If I wanted to punch through my car door, I'd feel pretty comfortable with this in my hand, and I would not feel bad about breaking it, and the Aussage steel could be easily sharpened up. So, a great utility knife to keep on your person or near you if you need it for some kind of random crap that you don't want to use your nice knives for. But yeah, this one's only going to be a backup utility knife for a car or tool bag or something like that, just to have a good quality knife. And, well, say a toolkit, you don't always have a knife, maybe an X-Acto knife in there. To me, I'd rather have this than an X-Acto knife because I know I know it's not going to snap on me because the blade's so paper thin. I know I'm going to get this thing just about as slicey as an X-Acto knife because of the hollow grind on this bad boy. I don't know that I would ever want to use something different if this was in there. So that's probably what it's going to be. It's going to be in a toolkit or in my car for those types of things. EDC, not so much. Does anyone actually EDC this thing? Let me know in the comments if you do. If you like this video, I do appreciate that thumbs up. And if you want to see more unboxings and different stuff from the Hard On Gear channel, you can check out the video links over to the right of your screen here. Those will bring you along to playlists or videos recommended by me from this channel, or you can check out the Hog channel itself by following that little stamp here. Yeah, so thank you for watching. For now, this is the Hard On Gear channel, signing off.